host has been awesome. I'm so appreciative of your efforts to be here. I also want to thank you for having the faith in coming to an event called Ballsfest. There's a few of you kind of raised an eyebrow, chuckled a bit, and said, hey, this is a children's charity, what's going on? There's a few takeaways tonight. Regarding the name, one major takeaway tonight is I just want you to know this is not a non-profit organization for swingers. So, Greg, if you want to leave now, I totally understand. That gives you kind of like what's going to happen in the next 30 minutes, okay? This is not some sad fundraiser, cue the violin, and get the heavy video. This is how we work at Ballsfest. Very uplifting, for sure. So the name alone, where does this name come from? 12 years ago, back in New Jersey, in Hoboken, I was diagnosed with testicular cancer. So I knew during my diagnosis, my surgery, my treatments, and the emotional battles, and I was being teased all the time about it. I knew in my heart I wanted to create some sort of nonprofit organization that supports children and young adults and their families that are battling all forms of cancer, not just testicular cancer. So I created Ballsfest. It's simply a play on words. So I'm a one-baller, okay? I'm not going to show it to you tonight, Coach Joshua. You know, for years you've been asking about it. Just trust me with this. There's one. Okay, you're good. You're good. Don't feel bad. You know, nights like tonight where you wear tight jeans, it kind of helps. Don't feel bad for me. Today, Ballsfest is a rapidly growing nonprofit organization that lifts the spirits of children, young adults, and their families battling cancer. And I'm so incredibly excited to bring it to my home state of New Jersey. We're in New York. We're now in New Jersey. We're in my current home state of Arizona. That's why I got my hoodie on. I'm freezing tonight. We're in Nevada. We're in Alabama. We're going to be in California later this year. We're so rapidly growing. But New Jersey is our newest state. And for years, I kept thinking, this is where I'm from. This is my roots. I walked these rough streets of Holmdel. And I said, why am I not in New Jersey? How am I not in New Jersey? So I'm here, and this is our inaugural event. And look at the turnout tonight. This is a wonderful turnout. Please, again, Frank, like you said, give yourselves a round of applause for and it's like a trip down memory lane here. A trip down memory lane. I have my childhood best friends here. I got my first childhood crush over here. I know her husband's here. I'm sorry, I won't say who it is. My best friend Greg is here. Allison's here. I even have my senior prom date here. Unfortunately, she can confirm. I'm sorry, Mom. She can't confirm that I had two laws at once. I'm sorry, Teresa, about that. So this, for me, it's incredibly special to be here tonight in Holmdel of all places. Having fun so far? This is how it is. We waited till 10 o'clock, right? You might as well have some humor here tonight. I got Sebastian Maniscalco, but he's one of my favorite comedians. Right? So we're here tonight to kind of introduce to you Ballsfest. And I couldn't be any more excited about the reception we received and the excitement that we're building. And you might say, all right, Frank, what do you guys do? Well, I have in front of you, you have an About Us card. So I'm in sales, my day job is a banker, so I have ADD. So I want to keep it short and simple for you. Everyone has an About Us card. There's 4 takeaways here. If you just take a quick peek, you might have already looked at it. But our first thing that we do is we host signature events in each of our markets. We host signature events where we bring out ballers. We don't call them patients, we don't call them beneficiaries, we call them ballers. Because that term nowadays really resonates. You feel like you're in control, you're doing well, you're a total ball, and you're going to meet 2 ballers here tonight. So we have signature events where we bring them out on stage and we reveal a major gift to recognize and support the battle they've been through. But they have to earn that gift. So I bring them out here on the stage, and before they get the gift, I roast them. I go after them. So Augustus, you better get ready, brother. In about 5 minutes, your ass is getting roasted, all right? It's fun, it's uplifting. So number 2 on our About Us cards, you know, we are in the hospitals. We are not just a gift-giving organization, we're in the hospitals, we're very visible. We're hosting Lego building sessions with the kids while they're in treatment. We're doing art therapy. We are very visible. We have a Ballsfest wagon that's driven around. We go bedside to bedside with all the ballers and all the markets we're at. So we're doing events like this. We're also in the hospitals. We also stay close to the families. One of the biggest takeaways about Ballsfest, I guarantee you, we are so grassroots and so personalized. People love how close we become. You know, I don't have my own children, but these ballers become like my little brothers and sisters to me. And it's just, I guess this is a lifetime relationship we're gonna have, okay? This is not just, hey, here's your gift, good luck, take care, beat cancer. I'm with you, all right? So it's very personalized, it's very grassroots, and become very close. And then finally, the Ballsfest Buddies program. You know, it's natural, everyone has their nonprofit, they want to outdo one another, outcompete one another. I collaborate, we work together with folks, because I think together, collectively, we can achieve a greater good. So local charities here, I've reached out to them and say, hey, what can we do together to recognize these ballers? And so far, it's been so well received. And of course, our name raises an eyebrow first, but we've been getting in doors that no one thought we would. Just today, I had a large check that was presented to us. I want to thank my dear friend Mimi Baker in the back. Her and her husband presented, they own a few car dealerships here in the state, Subaru, Victory Subaru in Somerset, presented us a $40,000 check. $40,000. Union dealership in Subaru, after some due diligence, of course, they chose Subaru as their hometown charity of choice for their Share the Love event. And today, we had over $40,000 check. Right after that check presentation, I went over to Bank of America next door to deposit the check. And not because of the amount of the check, but the branch manager wanted to meet me. And she said, what's this entity you have? And I said, it's Ballsfest. And she was looking at me, and she's like, what's your line of business? I said, children's charity. And she said, really? And I could get over that initial conversation and that hump. You know, you know the story now, right? So, Ballsfest, that's our story. Our mission statement you're familiar with now, we've got the name out of the way. People always ask me, Frank, where do you get your ballers from? Who do you work with? Do you get referrals? We work closely with the hospitals in each of our markets. So 6 months ago, I reached out to Jersey Shore Medical. I grew up here, I always knew Jersey Shore Medical. Now I know it's like Hackensack Meridian, there's all these other names, Bristol Myers Squibb. It's a long name, right? And that whole team is here in front of me. Maybe they can help educate us in a moment. But I reached out to them, and I thank God you guys didn't hang up on me when I said who I am and where I'm calling from. So I have a very special guest here, the whole table here from the hospital. Augustus' care team, but his head pediatric oncologist. Please welcome to the stage, Dr. Jessica Serbo. Dr. Serbo, the name. So Hackensack Meridian, Jersey Shore Medical, Bristol Myers Squibb. Can you just, what's the name of your hospital?
So we're K-Hovnanian Children's Hospital, which is part of the Hackensack Meridian team. So in 2017, we had kind of a re-merger of our major hospital systems down in the Monmouth County area. So Hackensack and Jersey Shore formed a bond, and I was given the task of bringing pediatric oncology to K-Hovnanian Children's Hospital. In the past, it was sort of used as a diagnosis spot, but then unfortunately the families were moving to New Brunswick to do the majority of their treatment. And so our goal is to do from treatment to survivorship all in K-Hovnanian Children's Hospital.
And 8 years, I think you've been there? 8 years?
8 years.
8 years in Jersey. So I have met your team. First of all, absolutely beautiful hospital. It is like a Ritz-Carlton. Property is beautiful. Hope Tower is absolutely amazing. So you're pediatric oncology, you have child life specialists, you have social workers, you have nurses. There's a lot going on this floor. Can you help distinguish?
So everybody kind of has their unique strength in taking care of our children with cancer and their families. So we have child life specialists, we have a social worker dedicated to our team, we have the nursing staff over at Hope Tower, who's here with us tonight, and we also have the infusion nurses that are actually delivering the chemotherapy to our patients. And we all kind of have our unique role in taking care of the patient and their family. With the child life specialists and the social workers, they're doing a lot of the psychosocial support. Our child life team will actually do play therapy, kind of work through some of the procedures that have to be done, and prepare the children for treatments and what things kind of look like. And then what we do that I think is a really special thing is we all come together at least once a week, kind of put all the puzzle pieces together and talk about the patient as a whole and make sure that we're all aware of all of the obstacles, all that's happening for the patient. And I think that's what really makes it successful for pediatric oncology. It's something that really separates us from the adult community that doesn't necessarily do that as well.
That's Serbo. So in your 8 years of covering pediatric oncology, has there been, in your eyes, in your team's eyes, is there any common denominators amongst the diagnoses that you see come through?
So the one question that I would love to answer for families is, why did this happen to my child? And unfortunately, still in 2019, we don't have that answer. The one thing that I can say is it's not anything that they didn't do, ate, didn't eat. It's something that we haven't quite figured out. There's somewhere along the way the body just kind of fails to recognize that there's something there. And the one thing that I can say is a common denominator is absolutely the bravery and resilience of these families and the children, but there is nothing that we can unfortunately say across the board causes this to happen in one child and not another.
I know we're in the Jersey Shore area, so some might go to CHOP in Philadelphia, they might go to Sloan, but I spent so much time with Jessica and her team, first-class team. Your care, your accessibility, responsiveness is amazing. I know Augustus and his family feel the same way. So, final question before you go. I know there's a number of nonprofits out there that come through your doors, knocking on your doors, asking, hey, can we partner up? Can we work together on something? What is it about Ballsfest that maybe in your eyes either distinguishes or stands out? And you better hope and pray this is a good answer.
We're very, very lucky to have a lot of organizations that want to help our children. I think something that stood out right away is that this is something that's patient-focused. We have so many wonderful organizations that obviously deal with the financial stresses and the help for the family, but this is something that really focuses on the child and the family as well, but something that they can really use as a break, and it can happen at any time. I thought that was the coolest part. It can just be a small little break for a day or for a few days, just for the family to take their minds off of things. And the thing that really struck me most with Frank, besides his selection in shoes, is that, for a lot of times, especially for like young adults that go through this, they just want to forget that it happened and kind of move on. So to have somebody that decided that they wanted to put their time into this, and if anybody's really followed Ballsfest, this is pretty much his life. He travels all around to do this for people, and that's kind of really what separates it. It's a genuine love for what he does and to try to share this with families. And the part that it's that what he's saying to Gus, like this real connection. I want to get to know you. I want to be a part of your family. I want to be Uncle Frank. And we knew right away that was somebody that we wanted to associate with.
Jessica Turner. So who wants to be a baller? You ready to be a baller? I have a very special guest here tonight. So I mentioned I live in Scottsdale, Arizona. Yesterday in Phoenix, we did a large lunch called Lunch with Ballsfest. And then last night, me and my mom and my dad, rest in peace, Dad, and Matt, and a few others, we flew here last night from Phoenix, landed in Newark. We got a great day today with Subaru. And I brought a special guest with me. She's a baller. We presented and gifted her 2 months ago at Ballsfest, Arizona. I want to welcome to the stage Bridget Korn. Here in a moment. I'm escorting Bridget here is her lovely mom, Jamie Cole. So this young gal was referred to me last fall at Phoenix Children's Hospital, where she was diagnosed with a bone cancer, and she recently just had an amputation done at St. Jude's. So we selected Bridget as a baller in Arizona. So each baller that I'm referred with, I spent at least one home or hospital visit with them, and if I like them, they'll get a second and third visit. This one I absolutely fell in love with, and you can just tell by her eyes. So the first home visit, I walk in, let's keep your dress down. The first home visit, I sat down, we were exchanging pleasantries and stories, and I said, Jamie, so where are you from? Colts Neck, New Jersey. And then we ignored Bridget for about a half hour. Your days in high school, my days in high school, she knew like all sorts of friends and family. It was just so small world. But she has this beautiful daughter, Bridget Korn, who's now become the face of St. Jude's, goes around the country talking about St. Jude's. How about you start talking about Ballsfest? I'm just telling you that. Pretty passionate, right? Awesome. This young gal was my special guest yesterday at the Wrigley Mansion, and we flew late last night. We got into town. She's here tonight. She looks absolutely beautiful, right? Bridget Korn looks beautiful. So, Bridget Korn, mature beyond her years. Just recently, she returned to school after an amputation, and she educated her class on the type of cancer she has. And she did a PowerPoint presentation for them, right? After the PowerPoint presentation, she took her leg off, and she waved in the air and said, "None of you can do this." Did anyone throw up? No one threw up. So, during that presentation, she shared with the class her story. Her story, and that was absolutely amazing. But this girl, even before cancer, was incredibly tough, right? Very tough. I know you don't like me sharing this story, but I have to, okay? So well before cancer, she's holding her ears. She was on the playground, and she was being made fun of by a bunch of boys. And she gave them the middle finger. And she came home, told mom the story. And this one, because of her Jersey roots, was so proud of her daughter giving the middle finger. This gal, you can take your earmuffs off. This girl is quite entrepreneurial. She has a t-shirt that says, "Leg story, $10. And then when you want to hear the story, she's like, "Well, do you want to hear the $20 version?" My day job as a banker, I think we want to see your resume because I love the way your ability to upsell for sure. Right? So this gal, when I asked, "Hey, what do you want to be when you grow up?" What do you want to be when you grow up? A dog, right? And speaking of dogs, she has this very special dog that is being trained right now and is going to be delivered end of the summer, and it's going to be with Bridget 24/7, helping her with everything. It's a beautiful black lab named Reed, right? And she is so excited about Reed. But she's already designated roles for the family for Reed. So her brother Brennan is going to walk him. Mom is going to feed him. Dad is on poop patrol. That's exactly her words. So my question to you is, what are you going to do for Reed? You're still trying to figure it out, right? So this beautiful girl, we have gifted her a shopping extravaganza at American Girl, at Justice. Okay, it's a little weird when a 40-year-old guy walks into little stores as a kid, but that's what we're getting. This girl deserves everything. She's absolutely beautiful. Thank you for coming all the way from the desert to the Jersey Shore. Ladies and gentlemen, Bridget Korn. Back in order. So how's it dessert? Everyone all right so far? We have enough wine here tonight? It's BYOD. I'm not sure if Frank and Amanda told you. So for future reference, bring your own beer or wine. Just give you a quick moment here as the cards fell off. In the meantime, are you guys ready to meet our star of the night? Come on, let's hear it for him. Almost there. Got a lot of dirt on this guy. Lots of dirt.
It's like mud.
So, I mentioned that we do Ballsfest in multiple locations, and all these ballers become brothers and sisters to me, and we built such a connection with their family. But this young man, when I met him in November, I walked into his room and he was under treatment. And I don't know if it's his eyes or he's so handsome, he reminds me of a young Frank de Blasio. I just absolutely fell in love with him. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage our first ever 2019 New Jersey baller, Augustus Maggio. we're going to set the record straight. You weren't selected because you're Italian. It didn't hurt. Congratulations, you're our first ever New Jersey baller. Okay, and welcome to the ballerhood. I know Bridget wanted to come meet you. I know you were connecting with her earlier on. It's quite the ballerhood. I'm so excited to introduce you tonight to the crowd. So, got some fun facts. I have spent 4 visits with this guy, 2 at the hospital and 2 at his house. So, got a lot of dirt. His family's there in the back. His sister, his brother gave lots of dirt on you. We're going to throw it at you, okay? And I know I was told he's ready to throw some back at me. So I have my note cards here. So, favorite snack, goldfish. Right? Okay. Favorite food? Well, first of all, I was told not to give him a mic because he's got such a terrible mouth. Just like I was told, don't give him a mic, so we listen to you guys tonight, okay? Favorite food? Chinese food, right? Sweet and sour chicken. Favorite actors? He loves movies, Charlie Day and Kevin Hart. He loves scary movies. And he's a huge history buff. He's got some weird thing for Alcatraz. He wants to see Alcatraz, so big history buff. I said, hey, tell me about school. He actually likes school. Right? You don't hear that much often these days. He's very popular. I said, hey, if you were going to run for school president, what would be your campaign? And he said, do you remember what you said?
No.
You said, eliminate homework. Okay. And then to cater lunch every Friday. I know you crave fresh meals, and I know you don't do leftovers, so catering meal, I know you're organic, you do all sorts of healthy options. He's actually a good student, loves algebra and financial technology. He's got a passion for it, where he will just raise his hand, or not even sometimes raise his hand at school, he just blurts out the answer in front of everyone. So he gets a little upset because he says his classmates are lazy. Okay? I think there's one here tonight, I apologize. But he wants to pursue perhaps a career in business or law, right? Business or law. But I think he might follow in the footsteps of the family. His dad and grandpa are very successful electricians here in Maggio Electric in Ocean Township. I think half off any electric bills for the next year. There's your plug for the night, right? You gotta clean up that website though, guys. It's a weak website. I'm trying to find some dirt on you guys. Not like 1 second page. Surprised you guys are so successful. So this guy though, he's obsessed with employees getting fired. He's obsessed with people getting fired. And it stemmed from one day you were at work with Grandpa and your dad, and they fired an employee because what?
He was drunk on
He was drunk, and this guy loved it. So now, I think he's total manager material because he just wants to fire people. As I mentioned, I spent a lot of time with this guy, and he is such an old soul. Old soul. The hospital staff is saying yes, family's saying yes. Just a few facts about that. He goes to bed very early, and you wake up very early. My mom says you're a farmer boy, right? Your mom also says that your punctuality drives you crazy. So you're such an old soul. Like, old people have nothing to do, right? So they're always like 20 minutes early from everything, right? So I know in the mornings you wake up and you want breakfast and you're up before everyone else, right? This guy, such an old soul. One of his favorite songs, Walk the Line by Johnny Cash. 50 Ways to Lose Your Lover by Paul Simon. Do you know what that song means?
Keep your lover in yes.
Back to the Future is one of his favorite movies. So he also, one of his passions in life is time in the garden. Tomatoes, zucchini, jalapeno.
Yes. Cucumber, broccoli, any vegetables because my grandma had one before she got sick, and basically my love for eating her vegetables when she would make like fresh sauce and pasta every Sunday.
Oh, that's great. Very cool. This is also like an old person. He's really cheap. He likes to save money. One of his favorite pastimes, he likes to go on Amazon.com, fills up his cart just to see his cart get filled up, but doesn't check out. Just some, I don't make any of this up. I take sketch notes at every visit. So these are all true stories. So you are a little bit of an old soul. So this guy, I said, hey, Augustus, if you're going to host a dinner party at your house, who would you invite? Anyone in this world, who would you invite? Here's his list. Demi Lovato. Guy Fieri. Jeff Bezos.
Rich.
Rich. Half rich now, but Selena Gomez. Okay, so we got Demi, we got Selena. Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Oh, there's gonna be a cat fight between Selena and So you got Demi, Guy, Jeff, Selena, and Elon Musk. And how the hell does Grandpa get on that list?
Ever since I was young, he would always spend time with me, whether it be like just watching me, even though he lived in Beach Island and anything, he would go to the moon and back for me. In 2012, he passed away, so I really miss him.
This guy is an old soul, right? He's got so maturity on his views. All right, so we got some true-false questions for you. You ready to play some true-false? You have, true-false, you have much patience with your sisters. So, Andrea, Serena, I know that they drive you crazy, particularly when they leave the toothpaste open and the sink is soaking wet at all times. And you said that their room is absolutely atrocious. That's his exact words, right? But he gets back at them when he constantly just knocks on their door for no reason whatsoever, right? So, true or false? You curse like a truck driver. Do you want to share the Halloween story with everyone here tonight, or should I share it?
You can.
So, affluent neighborhood in Ocean, this guy goes trick-or-treating. He goes to a house around the neighborhood, comes back, big bag of treats. Him and his sisters and brother, they do kind of like a decompress afterwards. They want to show off who's got the most candy. He pulls out this piece of candy and he says, that house had a BMW, a Porsche, and a Mini Cooper. And I get this little piece of candy? What the fuck?
In like the first part of my neighborhood. So they had like 3 car jobs in the driveway, big house, and I only got one of those tiny.
I was debating whether or not to say fuck, right? But it's 10 o'clock, it's Friday night, and we're in Jersey, and that story was awesome. Right? True or false? You are a tattletale. So, you know, this guy apparently spends a lot of time with his dad, spends a lot of time with his sisters and his brother, but he always is like doing homework for his mother. Calls her to verify everything, kind of tattletales. Can anyone here tell Augustus what happens to people who are snitches? They end up in ditches, right? So just a little lesson, okay? True or false? You are very coordinated.
Yes.
Oh, you are?
Say so, yes.
So even before you're battling brain cancer, there was a story that mom then came home with a brand new, beautiful vehicle. Right? She pulls into the driveway,
I
and he...
have to say this is my fault. Because the car was too close to the curb. Like, you could say this story.
I'm not sure if he was excited. He blames the faulty handbrakes, which I think is a little bullshit. Crashes into mom's new car, scratches it, damages it, etc. Is that what happened?
Basically, my mom started like crying in the car and got the beating of my life.
Natalie, did you really beat him? Final true or false? You play the cancer card really well.
Yes.
tell me, and I know your siblings can share a few things, tell me what's one or two examples of you playing the cancer card?
Like, if I pick, well, my sister said I forgot something at home a couple days ago, and I said, well, I'm sorry, I had cancer. Remember.
You forget something, you blame it on your cancer. And then also when you try to get out of chores, right? You blame it on cancer? I did it once. I tried to get out of like a penalty from a flight that I couldn't make and just said I had cancer and she let me go. So you gotta play it sometimes, right? So, did well on those true or false. So spends a lot of time. So this family is so awesome. They're so connected, so supportive. They spend a lot of Friday nights together around the dinner table. I always tell your mom and dad, congratulations on.
Every night we eat dinner together, like when I would go over my fence, and like when I was like 12 years old, they wouldn't even have dinner together, and I'll be weirded out, like, are we supposed to wait for your family together?
Well, they have, I've reached out to them, we spent some time, so they shared some comments about you. Is that okay? So Serena says that you act a lot like you complete your chores when they're really not. Serena also says that you have a bad temper, but you're very funny.
Bad temper for sure, yes.
Adria says that you like to bake with her and you often send her recipes.
Yes. Even though she doesn't like any of my recipes, I still like to send her some.
Very cool. Now, Pasquale, your brother, says that you're fun to hang out with, but you're also easy to make fun of.
Yes, and then he makes fun of me too much. Like just now, he was kissing me as a joke when we take pictures. Oh, get too mad too easy.
He also said that you're the biggest mama's boy in New Jersey. Is that true?
Yeah.
How's Augustus doing so far? Is he doing all right? He's doing good. We're almost there. We're almost good. It's not too bad, right? So this guy, unbelievably, has such a special bond with his mom and dad, right? So, particularly with his dad, right? So, Augustus says, I love most about my dad his ability to cook. His burgers, his meat, he puts raisins in the meatballs. He loves your cooking, he loves your fresh cooking. But he did have some other aspects he needed to share with you. He said that when he's tired and sick, don't try to be funny or affectionate. He doesn't want it. He also said that your voice is too monotone and boring, and your energy makes me fall asleep. Reminded me, a lot of ex-girlfriends told me that.
And we were at work, and he was teaching me how to do something, and I was like listening. I kept trying to fall asleep because it was so boring.
So when I asked in front of the family, I said, tell me something about your mom that drives you crazy. And typical mama's boy, I said nothing. But I texted him earlier today. And you have your phone on at school?
Yes.
There's a few teachers in here. Isn't it like you're not supposed to do that? You have it on?
And it's fine.
So I texted like, come on man, I need something on your mother. Give me some gossip on your mother. So Natalie, he said, I don't like, mom gets mad at other people, and then for no reason then she gets mad at me.
She'll be like, Adria, my sister, she'll be like, Adria shows around, and then she'll randomly promise later start yelling at me while I just sunk on the floor.
That's not bad now. I've heard worse.
It's from the ladder. It's from the top down.
Gotcha. Well, that's not too bad about mom and dad, right? So I also, though, everyone in the family mentioned that you are such a great snuggler. Right? Is that true? Everyone back there loves to snuggle. Mom loves to snuggle with you. So, with that in mind, we have something special. We have an absolute beautiful Ballsfest blanket. Okay. It's very warm. Very beautiful Ballsfest blanket. Don't worry, that's not your big gift. I see you panicking already about it. Waiting for a blanket? So, I'm not sure if some of you know the term Augustus and what it means. So I took the liberty of taking a look. Great deal of respect, character, distinguished, celebrated. It said wisdom, but I'm not sure about that one. It's such a strong name, Augustus, right? And it's absolutely perfect for this guy. It is absolutely perfect. You named him perfectly. He's a beautiful young man. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. I think everyone here tonight has enjoyed getting to know Augustus. So on behalf of Ballsfest, we've really gotten to think through a major gift for Augustus. And he's got no idea what he's about to receive, okay? And I kind of sprinkled some tidbits during our, roast, if you will, for him, okay? So there's a little bit of a surprise. He actually sent me a picture of what he wanted 2 weeks ago. It's like Christmas. So Augustus, on behalf of Ballsfest, okay, we are going to take care of you and your family to a wonderful trip to San Francisco, okay? Because I mentioned earlier, this guy's obsessed with Alcatraz. He's obsessed with Chinese food. A dear friend of ours in the Bay Area, supporter of Ballsfest, has reached out to Amazon. I know you love Amazon, and you're going to get a private tour of the largest fulfillment center of Amazon in the country. And you're going to be driven around in a Tesla, because I know you love the okay, I'm going to join you guys on that trip, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, our first ever baller from New Jersey. Good job, Augustus. You did great. Everyone, Augustus Maggio. So I brought him around the room earlier. I think everyone fell in love with him. Everyone fell in love with him. Bridget, thank you so much for coming from Arizona to welcome to our Get her autograph. She's on TV like once a week in 2 weeks. We have Bridget welcoming Augustus to the Ballerhood. We have such beautiful ballers. I'm so appreciative and thankful of everyone being here tonight. There's definitely ways you could help Ballsfest, all right? So first and foremost, if you like what you heard tonight, if you like what you saw, share it with a family, friend, colleague, whoever it is. Just share the story. I know some of you are on social media, whether it's Instagram or Facebook. Follow us. We're having a lot of fun at Ballsfest. We're doing a lot of special gifts. So this was a custom gift. Recently, I took a baller to Dancing with the Stars. We had a baller invited to the White House, okay? We also had a day with Guy Fieri. We also had an evening with Michael Bublé, where Michael Bublé spent time with the baller. Michael Bublé is so awesome. He actually said to us, Frank, I want to spend time with the baller after the show, not before my show, because it'll be too rushed beforehand. I mean, that's how awesome is that for Michael Bublé. So if you can follow us on social media, all these stories are backed up. We're doing a lot in multiple markets, and we're rapidly growing. So please feel free to share the story. And if you're compelled tonight, no press whatsoever, whether it's in the comfort of your own home or tonight or somewhere along the line. If you feel compelled to make a donation, please, I would love it. I saw a few of you earlier ready to sign in the donor card. I was like, you didn't even hear me tonight. You may not even like what I said. You're already filling it out. Please feel free. Donor transparency is so important. I'm very philanthropic at home, wherever I can, but sometimes I never know where the money goes. I have no idea where the donations go. We have no overhead here at Ballsfest. I'm so fortunate. In the back room, Shannon Kessler is my CFO here in Aberdeen. She's based here in Aberdeen. You keep me out of jail, Shannon. You can run off the wall. You always tell me
I'll be enrolling you in a sexual harassment class, though.
We have the wine glasses. We have some great swag. On the way out, please take your wine glasses, okay? I know some of you have no problems tonight drinking. We have more wine glasses if you like. On our website, we have so much cool swag. We have the blankets, we have water bottles, we got so much cool stuff. That's another way you can help Ballsfest. Gene Watson's here. Gene, raise your hand. Where's Gene Watson? Gene Watson's our social media director. So when people say to me, hey Frank, what's so successful about being a nonprofit? And make sure you hire a millennial for your social media, right? So Gene does our social media. Bro, I love you. Gene's based in Scottsdale. I brought him out here too. So in 2 weeks, Gene and I don't know if it's official, Gene's sister is marrying my brother Matt. So Matt, raise your hand, Matt de Blasi. So 2 weeks from tomorrow in Mexico, Matt, if you don't know Matt, people, it's a compliment to me. People thought we were twins, but he's 2 years younger, he's got more hair, he's better looking, he's got 2 balls. I was like, I'll take that compliment anytime when people think we're twins, right? So if you feel compelled, donor cards are available. Thank you for welcoming me home. I love being here. This is awesome. Hope you enjoyed it. So many of you, Alyssa, Eric Kennedy, also your family, Rory Patel, Lisa Prella, Greg Gaffney, Coach Cashel, my college basketball coaches here, Rob Ashuto, my first Hoboken roommate. All right, your wife's here. I'm not going to tell her some of the stories about you and I in Hoboken. Right? This is a homecoming for me. The former Lisa Campanelli was so close to my dad in the hospital growing up. This is truly for me incredibly special. And I thank you for welcoming me home. And thank you for being a part of Ballsfest. In September at Bell Works, we're going to have a huge Ballsfest, New Jersey at Bell Works, September 22nd. Mark your calendars, a daytime event. Jersey Shore Medical, St. Peter's. They're going to refer us. We're going to have 6 ballers. 6 ballers on stage that day, similar presentation. They're roasted, and we're going to provide a major gift at Bell Works. So Sunday, September 2nd. It's a daytime event from 2 to 6. Stay tuned for more. Thank you so much, everyone.